Josh, aka Crazy Still.
Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to our debut episode of the Family Bathroom. I'm going to be one of your hosts, Brody, aka Broku underscore.
I don't do Twitch, but I'm Casey Frost, and my username on Twitch is Frosty. I don't do Twitch though. I'm just here for the podcast.
Frosty. All right, guys. So basically, I am Josh. I am still in high school. I'm finishing up high school and then going to college for my nursing. Hopefully, everything goes out as planned, and I will soon, hopefully, be an RN. Brody,
Nice.
what is your life looking like for you?
Well, I am a civil engineering graduate from the University of Old Dominion, Go Monarchs. And currently I work as a manager at an amusement park, so life is going okay. It could be better, it could be worse, honestly. But we rolling with the flow. Casey?
This is Josh, also a senior. I don't really know what I'm gonna do with my life yet. Maybe go to VCU. I'm gonna go to college. I just don't know what for. So
Do you
my
know what
story is really
college?
not that interesting. Huh?
Do you know what college you want to go to?
I said VCU.
VCU? Why there?
Yeah, because it's close. That's where my boyfriend goes to school, and I just have always wanted to go there. So
Your boyfriend. You have one of those?
yeah.
Oh boy.
What about it?
All right, we can save that for later time. But as you guys are starting to come in and listen in, you may wonder why we're deciding to do a podcast, one, and two, why the hell did we name it the Family Bathroom? Well, the story
Did we name it the Family Bathroom?
not as great as it's not some elaborate, mystery, nothing happened in the family bathroom, anything like that. It was actually come up with by Casey. So I'll let her explain how she came up with the name.
So basically we were like, oh, let's do a podcast. That would be fun. And then we were like, okay, first we need a name. And then I was thinking of really random things that would maybe be funny. And
what were some of the
I don't
other
know.
ones that you came up with? Like there were some dumb ones.
I actually have it in my notes. I know one of them was biscuits and gravy, because I was really wanting a biscuit at that
You
moment.
was hungry, my dude.
I was hungry. Oh wait, maybe I don't have it anymore. The other one was Gits and Shiggles. I also don't know why. I just thought of
Is it
it.
still in the group chat?
I think we made that
yeah, maybe.
after.
Did we?
Was it?
I think
Was
so. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, because we made that after, like once we came up with the name. But yeah, it was just super random.
Yeah, it's not important.
It was when we were talking on I think it was our stream. We were in Discord and we were just like coming up with stupid names, and then she was in your chat, and so she kept like just naming random ones, and I was like, no.
Right. Yeah, it was. Yeah. Okay. I'm not gonna be able to find it right now, but yeah, there's no elaborate story, guys. Yeah.
I can come up with one, and then I'll get back to you guys next time with a better story and a better content.
I mean, yeah, we'd be lying.
I just
to
can't
you.
provide one right now.
We wouldn't want to do that, Brody. Now would we?
No lies here. Only truths.
I ain't calling you a truther.
But so I guess we can go into a little bit of this is our debut episode, so you're gonna get to learn a little bit about us, your host. We plan on being live, I guess, first every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Starting time every week here on twitch.tv/broku underscore or twitch.tv/crazy still. You can find either one of us on the podcast. And we every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. We'll be the 3 main regular hosts. And then in the future, we plan on having special guests on each week, pertaining to whatever particular topic we want to go over that week. But this being the debut episode, it's more of just, sit and chill, ask whatever you guys want to ask. We might tell some funny stories, but kind of just get to know your host. And then future weeks, we'll have more specific topics to go over and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
so
also
what did
gonna
you look up?
try. I'm also gonna try to
Great job, guys. Don't talk over
maybe,
each
maybe get the podcast on Apple Music, or not Apple Music, Apple Podcasts and Spotify Podcasts. Hopefully, I've never done that before, so I'm gonna try to do that. So if you are not a person that like wants to watch and you just want to listen, hopefully that will be an option sometime.
Sometime in the future.
I got a quick shout out. We both know Dana Poland. She's in my chat right now.
Hey!
She made a Twitch account specifically so she can comment.
Aw.
Her first question for us is, how did we get here? I'm assuming she means, how did we get to a podcast, and how do we come up with doing one?
Ooh.
If I am wrong about your question, Dana, feel free to correct me in my chat. Does anyone want to take it?
Well, basically, I know with me and Brody, Casey not so much, but like me and Brody stream video games usually just about every day. And so we were already used to talking to people, and we loved getting out there just with the community. And I don't even know what triggered it really. It was just kind of like out of the blue, you want to start a podcast? And he asked me, and I said, yeah, I'm down. And I was like, we should get a third person. And Casey was willing and said, yeah, I'll join it. And it kind of just happened. There was no real like, man, I really want to do this, because it was just kind of out of blue, yo, that'd be really cool.
Right. I mean, we're in 2020, so, I'm sure, most people have a talk show on YouTube, or they listen to something on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. It's just something, why not? I mean, we do this stuff regularly anyway when we're not live. So, why not, do it live, bring in an audience to interact with us, and, build a community around it. Personally, I watch a lot of movie and TV show related podcasts. So I assume you guys watch podcasts as well. So just figured, be something fun to do.
Is there like a favorite podcast that you like? Is there like a specific genre?
Ooh. Well, I guess you put me on the spot. One that I regularly watch would be, it's called the SEN Network on YouTube, as well as the John Campea Show. The two movie pundit / areas. The SEN Network does a movie trivia. It's called Movie Trivia Schmodown. Shout out to them. Not that any of them are, watching this, but they do movie trivia contests in like the kind of like in a wrestling / movie trivia way. Like to do championship belts. They have like Star Wars divisions, comic like Inner Geekdom, which is all like your nerdy movie stuff, as well as just regular movies. And since I'm a huge movie buff, I find it very entertaining. So yeah.
Honestly,
I just listen to comedy podcasts.
No, yeah.
There you go. See, that's like me, but I like horror stuff. So like I'll always like look up on Spotify just like scary podcasts and like horror stuff, and then it'll come up with these, like some of them are so dumb, and I'll sit there listening to for like 30-45 minutes, and I'm like, why am I still listening to this? But some of them are really good. Some of them tell like really cool stories, but I really enjoy like the scary type of things. I've always been like a horror freak. I love that.
I was listening to David Dobrik's podcast last night, and I was listening and I was like, oh, let me take note. We're about to start a podcast. Let me take notes. And then of course the first thing he opened with was how he he gave $10,000 to his like old neighbor or something like that. And I was like, well, I have no stories like that because I'm broke. So never mind.
I got some funny stories about me where I'm just doing dumb stuff, but nothing like I give him my money. I've given like $1 to the people who are strumming a guitar every once in a while, but nothing like that. $10,000. I wish.
Yeah. Can you imagine having that much money to like just give away all the time? Because he just buys everyone cars and houses.
That sounds like
Must be
Mr. Beast.
nice. Must be nice.
I'm trying to get in the vlog squad. Duh, David.
That sounds like
you want to buy me a Tesla?
has anyone heard of Mr. Beast?
Yes.
He does that all the time, and he'll write a check for like $100,000, and they get like a $30,000 ring, and it's like, which one do you want? And he'll like cover up the price on the check, and he'll be like, well, do you want the guaranteed $30,000 ring, or do you want the unknown check? And I'm just like, what the heck? Like, I wish. One day, I promise y'all,
One day.
whether it's from
The dream.
streaming or or it's from me being a doctor, I promise you I'll have that much money. You know what? I'll buy both y'all cars.
I appreciate
All right.
it. You know, if
I'm
I
getting-
ever
I'm not
get
talking
that
to
stupid
Lambo.
rich, I'll remember you guys too.
I'll buy y'all some like junk car. I'm not talking like some expensive one, some junkyard stuff. You gotta bless the family
It's the
first,
thought that
guys.
counts. Well, you know.
Exactly.
This is the
thought that
family
counts.
bathroom. We are family.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts.
All right, so just to give you guys an idea of future episode ideas that we're coming up with, obviously COVID has taken a colossal dump on 2020, on anyone's plans. So we could plan is how has COVID affected your 2020, and what would have been different. Have some fun stuff. The Christmas season's coming around, so we plan on having a Christmas themed, holiday themed. Sorry out there for any viewers out there who do not celebrate Christmas. I do not mean to offend you.
Come on, man.
A holiday themed episode. Any funny Christmas stories or any other holiday related stories. We plan on doing some other stuff. We've all some of us are in relationships currently, have been in past relationships, and the age-old question is, how do I get girl? You get asked that a lot, so we could try and answer that for future guests as well, to our best of our ability, and
Shout out to my PP Small or whatever it was.
Shout out to one of my viewers who asked me that. If Pee Wee is here, shout out to you. But just different fun ideas. That's a sneak peek. We plan on bringing several different guests on in the coming weeks.
I've already got people asking me about.
I know.
Like,
Me too.
Really? On, so yeah.
It's like, oh, can I be a guest? It's like, get in line. We gotta start planning that out too. But get in line. So I guess, shout out to Crazy Still and myself. We both just launched merch stores recently. I have ordered some. Josh is wearing some, I believe, from his first merch store. But if you're looking for any great holiday gifts for the season, Christmas is coming around.
You hear that, Casey?
I already placed my orders.
It takes in like 3 weeks to ship, so get it quick before get some merch. We got clothing, we got mouse pads, pillows, stickers, tumblers. You name it, it's probably on our merch store. So
don't forget your handy dandy notebook.
Notebooks, yeah, notebooks.
Good quality too.
Be sure to check out the merch stores. We both have links in our description of our channel. You might see it pop up in the occasional chat as well.
Oh, did you get that working?
Apparently, it didn't work the other day, but it's working now. So that's how I mentioned it and brought it up.
All that matters. That's all that matters.
So PogChamps in chat for the bot working. So guys, well, it's no secret. We do all work at the same place. currently. That's how we all know each other. So we do know each other outside of the podcast personally. So
This is
Yeah,
actually
me
our
and
first
Brody
time
be going
meeting.
on dates. Yeah, me and Brody be going on dates sometimes.
not true.
Look,
Remember, we
I
only
just had to
tell
throw it out. Brody, I had to put it out there.
we don't tell lies on this podcast, Josh. Remember that.
Okay,
People
yes, sir. I'm
deserve the
sorry.
truth.
Sorry about that.
So before we get into some topics that we had planned, if there's anything in the chats you guys want us to talk about, feel free to let us know.
Or any questions?
Before we get into some of our topics that we had planned out. How to Get Boys podcast. We're gonna have that's gonna be
How
when
to
we have
get
some
a
guy guests on
significant
the stream, and then we can tell you. Yeah.
We'll set y'all straight. You'll be having a relationship in no time if you listen in.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun
Casey.
episode, or probably multiple episodes, because there's a lot of fish out in that sea waiting to be hooked. That's all I'm gonna say.
Inspirational.
Yeah. So overall, guys, I don't know. Where do you guys want to go from here?
I mean, I know you said a later date, but like COVID.
Okay.
We kind of talked about.
We can jump
We
into
kind
it.
of talked about that. How would I guess both of y'all? A question for both of y'all is what is like the biggest impact COVID has had on y'all too?
School being ruined, and well, I do theater. Like that's like the main thing I do outside of school and work is theater, and all of that got like shut down. We were like in the middle of working on our big musical, and it got shut down, and we weren't able to do our fall competition piece, and so that's been a big bummer. I just have so much like free time at home now, which is really strange for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and anyone else that's in online school knows how that's going. Lots of board days and really unnecessary assignments. So it's oh, and we were supposed to go back to school in November something, but now we can't go back because all the teachers have COVID.
Yeah, I heard they like opened it up for like a week or something, and then they already closed it, or whatever. There was something like they were gonna open it, or they did open it, and it was like closed already.
Well, like teachers have been there all year, like whenever they want to go in for their Zooms and stuff. And seniors were supposed to go back November 30th, I think. And now we can't go back because I think 5 or 6 people like in the faculty got COVID. So there goes that.
You love to see it.
What about you, Brody?
Roku.
I mean, I guess you two, you're in a similar boat, so I don't know when Josh goes how different his story is. Obviously, I'm no longer in high school or college. So how COVID impacted me is going to be pretty different. I guess, we can all relate, or we can talk about how COVID affected the job life at an amusement park specifically. But outside of work, the biggest impact personally had on me was probably the shutdown of movie theaters. And you laugh,
Wow.
but like,
People are losing their jobs, and he's over.
No,
Yeah,
okay.
the movie theaters are closed. I'm just really depressed.
Okay, well, I still have my job, so I can't relate to losing my job. Okay, but losing going to the theaters, it really hurt me. I have a Regal Unlimited pass. I don't know if you guys know what that is, or if you go to AMC, but it's like you pay like $200, it's like $229 or something dollars a year, and you can literally go see unlimited movies the entire year. So you can go see a movie every day, same movie multiple times. So you can see multiple movies in a day. It's worth it if you go to the movies a lot, which I do. And they do pause the pass, but I mean the amount of like the last movie I saw in theaters, it was in February. I don't remember which one it was. Wait. Oh no, I just forgot it. I had it and then I forgot it. I saw like 4 movies this year. We're just gearing up into, you know, summer movie season. Like I think Mulan, Black Widow were about to come out at that time, and they got delayed. Obviously, Mulan's now out on Disney Plus for pay and will be out freely. But the amount of movies get pushed back. Like there's also breaking news: Wonder Woman. Don't know if you guys are interested in that, but that's now going to be on HBO Max on Christmas, so that's exciting. But just all the amount of movies, like I lost a year of my life not seeing any movies, and that hurts me personally because you know, you don't know how long you're gonna be on this earth. And
Oh my gosh.
new James
Wait,
Bond
did you say
movie.
that was? Did you say that
sorry?
pass was for Regal?
Yeah, AMC theaters and Regal, they all have
Oh.
their own like
I was gonna
unlimited
say
pass now.
all of the Regal theaters got shut down. Like,
Yeah, I know. I did go see when they reopened. It was fun. They did releases of old movies, so I saw the Lord of the Rings again in theaters, as well as Tenet. That was like the only blockbuster that did release. That was good. But other than that, you know, future, you know, bright side of COVID is the housing market is complete and other like garbage. So it's like really easy to buy a house now, which I'm planning on doing soon. So who knows? This
Guess who's gonna be moving in with them?
This time in a few months, I'll be in a different room because I'll be in my own house. Spoiler alert. So, you know, thank you, COVID, for making housing affordable. That's the only bright side about COVID, honestly. Luckily, you know, haven't had anyone personally known affected by COVID. Obviously, you know, just because I don't know anyone personally, it's more so I just don't have friends. That doesn't mean there's people out there that, you know, haven't experienced anyone that's had
I'm taking
COVID.
personal offense.
Okay, well, have you guys know anyone personally that's been affected by COVID? Like, have you lost
I
anyone?
know people that have gotten COVID,
Yeah, see,
but not like.
I don't, but that's due to my lack of contact outside in the outside world.
Speaking of movies, real quick, did you ever? I remember as a kid going to this place all the time. It was in Newport News. Did you ever go to like a movie scene or anything? Were you
A what?
a movie scene?
What's that?
It was
What is
like you
that?
could go in. So basically, you could go in and rent. It's kind of like a Red Box, but there was a whole store of it.
A Blockbuster?
Like a movie rental place?
And it was a
Blockbuster.
movie. I think it was movie scene. I
Well, I
may be
mean-
sounding really dumb right now, but I'm pretty sure it was a movie scene.
Blockbuster
It was
is
in
the
Newport
exact
News,
same
though.
thing.
It might be a movie scene, but like, is it just that you go in and you like rent movies, video games
Lexi
and
just
stuff?
said Blockbuster.
I mean, there's other ones too, that besides Blockbuster, but Blockbuster was
Yeah,
like
that's
the
what
big
I'm
one.
saying.
Uh,
Oh well. Sorry, chat.
but
Welcome
yes,
to Blonde moment.
that was an era when you go in. You know, God, I don't remember when they got expired, but you know, 7-year-old Brody going in. I got a funny story about going into a movie scene.
Uh-oh.
But
A movie scene. So you do know what it is.
well, I'm just going with you because there's one in here in Williamsburg. I might have some people in the chat because they're from Williamsburg too that knows. It was near War Hill High School, where we went. You guys actually know it's like near that Shell gas station in that strip where there's like a post office. It's like a Tops China or whatever.
Mhm.
There used to be one
Yeah, yeah,
there. I just don't remember the name of it, but that was the one I always went to. But you know, you always go in, us kids, you know, you go to like the video game aisle or something to go rent a game, or you know, go run around, and they have like all the movies. But there's one time he doesn't watch, so it's gonna be fine. This is like 7-8-year-old Brody, right? You know, I was with my dad. We were getting movies and stuff. We would go probably once every couple weeks or so. Rent a few movies. But you know, they do make films rated X films, and they had to seclude that section to the non-public. And then, you know, I was ready to check out. I was walking down every aisle. I was like, where'd my dad go? I was like, I got funny, you know, as a 7-year-old kid, I was like, oh my God, he'd leave me or something.
I'm
He forgot
lost.
me. So, you know, going around trying to find him, and like, there's just like one place I did not check, right? And it was kind of like behind a curtain, and you know, it's like a little room. And I remember walking in, and there's like four older gentlemen in there, including my dad. And I remember seeing some of the covers, and I was like, I kind of like froze, and like I
Boobies!
immediately knew I should not be here. But I was like, oh, I'm just gonna turn around. I know my dad's still here. Everything's fine. Let me just go back and look at some of the video games. But yes,
Oh,
it was a funny story.
it's just that
If
feeling when
you're
you're a
talking
kid
about,
and you know you're not supposed to see something.
But part of me kind of wishes, I was an older person, because I would kind of want to see some, not like actually watching movies, but like the covers and the names of like pornos. They're really funny. I don't know if
Brody.
old maid licked.
I mean, now you can just find
big
everything on the internet. There's no fun in
ears.
that, I don't think. You can literally like search up
Facts.
anything on the internet if they make a porn for every
If you're
fetish,
not
essentially.
18, don't do it. If you're not
So
18, just say it.
the
18
pre-internet,
and under, don't look it up.
the pre-internet era where you have to like go find movies, and like I just find that interesting, that era, and I kind of miss it because I do miss going to like whatever it's called. I know obviously Blockbuster, but whatever the other ones are called.
I have a
wanna
Blockbuster
know-
movie downstairs.
I want to know something really like disturbing that I didn't believe this. So apparently my brother calls me. It was like, hey, I got my phone taken away. And I was like, why? He said, oh, you know. I said, no, I don't know. So like what he was like, me and my girl. And I was like, what about you and your girl? He was like, well, I got some pictures. And at first, like I was thinking like, I don't even know what I was thinking. And I was like, pictures of what? He said boobies. And I said, you are 13 years old. And I was like, how young people are doing that, like, it's crazy. And like, there's other stories that I'm not going to expose him on too much. But it's just crazy what people are doing at young ages like that.
I
But
looked
anyway,
up
back
on
on the COVID.
YouTube.
Oh,
Sorry.
Do you have any
you good?
I guess I mean that's a fun story. Do you have any first exposures to the world of pornography, Casey?
Oh.
One time, I don't know if I'm not gonna say a name because I don't know if she's watching, and some people might know her. Y'all, I don't
Who?
know. Anyway, well, that defeats the purpose. I'm not gonna say her name.
Oh, you can't just
Let's-
drop that.
Let's call
This
this
is the
friend.
family bathroom, yeah.
You got to
Let's
spill
call
the
this
tea.
friend.
Yeah.
We're gonna say Annie. Okay, I came up with this name, Annie.
Did they work?
Annie.
Did they work at the place with us?
I don't know. Maybe.
That's a yes. I
Shoot.
think I know. Is it? I think I know who it is.
I think I do too.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, well, we used to have sleepovers a lot, and
Yeah.
one time it was like
Yeah.
it was like really late at night, and we were playing Truth or Dare, and
Yeah.
we were like 11 or 12, and I don't know if she dared me or I dared her, I don't remember, but I just remember the dare was to look up two girls kissing. That did not end well. So I mean, we just go on YouTube and look it up, and it's amazing that those videos were not removed by YouTube because it was a lot. And I was like 11, so I felt so guilty, and I obviously like didn't know how to clear the history or anything because I'm on my family computer. So I don't really know if my parents ever like saw that in the search history. They never said anything. I hope they can't hear me right now because this is awkward if they can.
Imagine,
But yeah.
Casey, what did you do?
My mom starts banging on the door. Yeah,
FBI, open up.
that was an experience.
Do y'all want me to expose my story? My very first time? Like, it's embarrassing as hell, but
That's up
it's
to you,
funny.
man.
Well,
Now that
Of course.
All right.
Of course.
all right, so I used to share a room with my older brother. He's
Oh god.
out of here now. He's 23 now. But he was downstairs. No one was home, and for whatever, like, do you remember the what is it, VHS? Like those big
Yeah.
things.
hmm
So I put one in
VHS
because
big
I
things.
needed
You
to
mean a tape?
yeah.
Okay.
And so I put it into my VCR, and I remember clicking it because I wanted to watch a movie. I just picked one like a random one because I thought they were all like my movies because I had like Blue's Clues and stuff. I was young, but I like would put one in, and I pressed play, and there's a man and a woman over there having sex, going ham
Oh.
on each other.
Uh-oh.
And so my brother walks in.
I mean, right away? It was like not the intro
Hold
to
on,
a scene or
hold on,
something? Alright,
hold
go
on.
ahead.
It was right away. They were going ham. It wasn't rewound.
Okay.
Oh yeah, because you had to like.
I am not. All right, listen. I am not happy about this.
Uh-oh.
But my horny little self was licking the TV.
Oh my god, you're gross.
What? What do you gain from
What the
that?
hell are you licking?
I don't know.
You're trying
The
to lick.
boobies.
Okay.
The boobies.
You're dumb.
How old were you?
Maybe 8. Maybe. But my brother
Okay.
walks in and sees me licking this TV. And he like
How
looks and
old's
he's
your
like,
brother
what
at this
the-"
point?
So he's 5 years older. So he's maybe like 13.
Okay.
And he was like, Josh, what the fuck are you doing? And I was just like, look, I don't know. It just started playing. It was hot. I don't know. I started licking, maybe thinking I was getting some action. I don't know. And
Oh my
it was-
god.
I'm not proud of it, but it happened. But yeah, so he took the VHS and hid it somewhere. And a week later, I found it again and may have turned it back on. I don't know. But yeah, that's my very first time watching it.
Of all the things I thought you were gonna say, that is just not what I was expecting. The fuck?
And for
Trying
those
to-
who are asking in my chat, no, he did not have them at 13. I'm going to suspect they are my parents.
It's like, when I guess, was it 5th grade? I don't remember. What grade did we start having to do where you separate all the boys and girls and you start learning about?
Fourth.
3rd grade. Mine was 3rd.
3rd grade?
No, so basically it was split
I
up
don't
in 2 years.
remember what my grade was.
Because 3rd grade we were split up. 4th grade we were all together. 5th grade we were all together. Because it happened through 3 years in elementary school.
It was 2 years for us.
I mean, I grew up in Newport News, so we had different school systems.
It's been too long. I don't remember. I'm gonna assume it's 4th because we all went to school here. But how old were we in 4th grade?
Too damn young
10?
to learn about sex.
We
were too young.
I don't think we learned about that. It's more just like, this is what a penis is and this is what a vagina is and stuff like that.
We learned that. No, in 4th grade, we learned like periods and like, here's what your body parts are.
All right.
And then we were separated. And in 5th grade, we were all together. And then we learned about like we all just learned the same things together. So it was like super awkward and really weird.
I got kicked out of family life 3rd grade because
Why?
they were all right. So basically, they were like, all right, so we're gonna pull up something and we're gonna say the proper names. If you laugh, you're getting kicked out. So they pulled up a penis and they were like, this is a penis. 3rd grade started laughing and they were like, Josh, you're out. And I had to sit in a different room. I thought it was funny. But
Sounds about right. I mean, makes sense.
that's what I'm saying. Dude, I have so many like young me stories. I was an asshole to my teachers. Like I have so many stories. Like I've made my unfortunately we later became like really close. Like we'd still talk because I saw her throughout school in elementary school. But I made her cry when I was like in 3rd grade. And I just snapped on her once and she started crying. I guess she had other stuff going on in her life but we're all good now.
Dang. A 3rd grader made her cry. Wow.
Like I said, she was probably going through other stuff, but
Yeah.
I think I just tipped her over. it made her cry. But I just remember like looking over at her because like she was yelling at me, so I like snapped on her. And I remember just looking over, and she was over there crying in the corner, and I was like, "Sorry,
That's not
sorry."
good. That's not good.
No. Oh, okay. So those are all interesting first time stories, I guess, if that's what you want to call them. Well, not that first
That's
time.
something different. That's
first
something
time.
different.
That's a story for a later podcast. But what else is up with you guys? Is there anything else in chat you guys want us to bring up about? Or you guys have any cool, interesting stories about your first introduction to the world of sex?
Oh my gosh.
Where's my Pee Wee Small? Yeah,
Of
I'm
course
sure
he's
he
not
has
here
some.
for it. Of course he's not here for it.
Who is
Cause
that?
y'all made fun of him. Long story. A very funny but long story.
That's
Yeah.
why we're here.
I'm not
Do you
gonna
wanna
roast
hear
him. No. He's not here to
You don't wanna
defend
hear-
himself.
Okay.
But he
Valid
did it to
point.
himself.
So
He didn't deserve to get like. Yeah.
okay. So what else you guys feeling tonight? Talk about.
Casey.
Huh?
Shoot. I don't know. We just talk. We just do our thing.
Okay. So I'm curious. So we have, for the viewers at home, we have our end of the year work party at our place this coming Friday, actually in 2 days. And one of the themes or things we're doing at it is karaoke. So obviously,
What song should Brody sing?
you know, okay, way to jump the gun there, Haas. But I was gonna ask. I'm sure Casey has done a lot more karaoke than I have. I've done slim to
true.
none. But you know, I'm ready to go up on stage. You know, I'm not afraid to get up there and sing a song.
Have you been practicing?
I have a couple songs I'm thinking about doing.
OMG.
And obviously, I do know there's karaoke no-nos. Like you don't pick super fast-paced songs. Unless you're like really confident and you're really good, or you're like really drunk or something. Like you don't go for those crazy songs.
I might
He's done some
freestyle.
research on this.
Well, it's like I'm not gonna go make a fool of myself trying to like speak really fast and like with a lot of words and like super long songs.
Oh, Brody's
So,
dedicated.
I gotta look semi comparable on stage, okay? So
I respect.
I have a Tequila song by the Champs. I've never heard of that song, but I feel like it's crazy.
It's the one. It goes like din 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 for like 10 minutes, and then you just go tequila. Din, din, din,
Okay.
din, din,
I can do that. I can do that. Okay. Good suggestion.
No, I want to hear those pipes, Brody. I want to hear you sing.
Yeah, facts.
Okay, well, I was gonna throw it to you. Do you have some songs selected that you're gonna be singing?
I'm gonna be completely honest. I have not thought about it twice. I didn't know it was even this week, honestly.
Oh,
But
okay.
But I think it's better if I just wing it. You know what I mean? I don't want to over prepare and then get nervous.
Oh, I mean, if you don't feel like making like, if you don't care if you look like a fool on stage, then
Not really. Because karaoke is more fun when you just kind of go. You just
I don't know about y'all, but karaoke is more for like if you're pissed drunk at a bar.
That's not true.
I did
I think it
karaoke at
is.
a bar without being drunk, so but the drunk people liked it.
It's a fun event you can do with your friends that everyone's gonna make a fool of themselves. No, so it's a good time for everyone involved.
I remember
No
I
alcohol
was on a
required.
I remember I was on a cruise, shoot, probably 4 or 5 years ago, and there was this one bar that had like karaoke until like 9 or 10, and it was a bar, so like people were all drunk. And I remember this one like couple, you could tell they were a couple. They were like slurring all their words, and then they were like stumbling over, and then everybody was cheering on. And I was just like, sober me is like, this song sucks. Like y'all just made it terrible, and everybody's like, yeah, and I'm just like, no. But it was karaoke can get kind of fun though.
They do karaoke night at Brick House, if you know where that is.
Mhm.
And I think it's on Thursday. Well, I don't know if they're still doing it with COVID, but
Probably not.
I went there like a few times last summer, and
Right.
it was super fun because everyone there's always really drunk. It's right on a college campus,
Yeah.
so of course I'm underage, so I can't drink. But when you're singing for a ton of drunk people, they're automatically gonna love it, and they're gonna come up to you and tell you that you're amazing.
You
Yeah.
could start just making up words, and they'd be like, yeah.
I go up there and start freestyling, and they'd be like, "Oh my god, yes!"
See, I was gonna let this be a spoiler, but there may or may not be a filmographer Friday filming certain karaoke songs that may or may not appear on a certain Instagram page or something of the like. So this is why I've been practicing in case I end up going
Thank
on
you
that
for the
Instagram
heads up,
page.
because now I got to start preparing.
Because I'm not gonna make myself look like a fool on the Instagram page. So
Hey,
This
Jeff's
is gonna
feet
be-
are on the Go Karts Plus Instagram page.
That's facts.
I mean, that's true. But he can make a fool of himself, and he doesn't care.
His literal
I just-
toes.
Didn't you post it on your story or whatever?
Yeah. I was like, why is this on here? This is supposed to be a business account, and his toes are on it. So gross.
Oh my god, that is disgusting, dude. What else is gonna be at the party? Is there gonna be like games?
Yep. I'll bring some old classics to the party. There'll be a Smash setup, well, I bring my Switch. It has Smash Bros. Or Mario Kart. Either one is fine. And I'll have some other surprises, I guess. I'm not gonna spoil everything, but it should be a good time. Good time.
We should oh shoot, Dale isn't here. Never mind. I was gonna say like bring like a TV projector, and like, do you know like those small ones that you can get now?
Mhm.
They can like hook up to like an iPhone or something. We should get one of those and have a movie going. And then we should have like a little fire, have like s'mores. Mm. Sorry, I'm
It's
really
too cold
hungry.
to do that
It's-
outside. Like watch a movie outside.
Yeah.
I said it had to be outside. I said fire.
We're gonna have a fire
can be
inside?
They're
outside.
gonna
Shit, why not? Have it in the snack bar.
a fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
Probably
it's also
not.
everywhere's too loud. I guess you could do it in the crew room, but I have something planned for in the crew room. And then
It's not-
obviously the arcade's gonna be karaoke loud. So,
Can we play
Alright.
games?
but
Can I ride disco?
no rides, no rides,
There's no rides.
no rides.
You better open up like Indie Track.
I better not
Disco.
do a damn thing with rides.
Why?
What do you mean why?
Dang.
I'll checklist
Y'all
all
lost
of
your
them.
ride
And gas.
privileges.
I was not there.
I
I didn't
wasn't
lose
there.
anything.
Okay, I'm not saying if one, it's the age-old. If Billy does something wrong, then you're all in trouble, So Billy got in trouble, so now everyone has to pay the
Bull
consequences.
crap.
Except
That's
I'm not
bull
friends
crap.
with Billy.
You tell Billy that he's gonna get it at the employee party. I'm gonna fight
Yeah, for
him.
real.
Billy no longer works at Go Karts Plus, so
Oh well, then we don't have to fall for his
No,
mistake anymore.
That's not true.
He's gone.
That's not true.
E-
But enough with that story. That's a story for another time. All right, so we're about 45 minutes in. For you guys watching, we're aiming to do hour and a half, 2 hour long podcast. This one might be on the shorter side because we don't have a pre-planned like specific topic we're going to get into. Again, it's more of a debut, get to know us, get the vibe of the show. In future episodes when we have guests on, it'll be more focused on specific topics. So we're about halfway through tonight's episode. So that's exciting. We made it halfway through and haven't sounded like complete idiots yet. So,
Pick me, pick me, pick me.
yes, Josh. Do you
Pick
have a
me.
topic?
Oh, so I never got to answer the question about COVID
Go
and
ahead.
how it affected
Okay.
me.
Go for it.
Do I have permission to say my mine?
Yes, Josh, you may speak. You may speak.
Thank you. Thank you. I always get in trouble in class. I didn't want to get in trouble here. Just being on the safe side. But no, honestly, it didn't really well, thankfully it didn't affect me too much. But with my nursing, obviously I was in the CNA class and I got all my clinicals done and pretty much everything together, and I was already done when we left school last year. But one of the big things is I didn't get like a ceremony. We were supposed to get like a ceremony where we got a pin and our certificate handed to us, but I didn't get any of that. Kind of all we did was she was like, here's your stuff, thanks, and it was just like that's all. And it was just that's one thing that really upset me. And then another thing was I didn't get to do boards. So for boards, I remember just being stressed out because I had to remember everything that we did in class 2 months ago because of COVID, and we didn't get to do it. So it was really, really stressful. And I'd say that was the biggest impact on me, was just like I had to do everything for our nursing class as if we were in class, but we weren't. So we lost a ton of time with all of that.
That sucks. I mean, Brody's over here. He can't go to the
I'm living
movies.
a good life of COVID. I mean, minus movies.
No,
Yeah, the
Josh, you
worst
have no
thing
room to
is
complain, okay? Brody isn't allowed to go to the movies. He has it
Right,
the
my
hardest here.
oh, I'm sorry.
I saw a article the other day about it said Disney adults are suffering hard right now. They're having Disney withdrawals and stuff like
What's it?
that, and how it's affecting their lives so much that they can't go to Disney. And I'm like, is that the biggest issue? Like there's a whole news article about it.
It's a new joke. This COVID thing is on midway through next year. Movie theater is going to be extinct. I'm telling you right now.
How do you think I feel about baseball? I got 60 games.
60 games. About what?
60 baseball games I got
Oh,
to
to
watch
watch?
instead of 100.
You know how
And
many
I think
movies I got to watch, Josh, this new year? Like
no one
5.
cares.
You know how
Five
many
less than 60.
you know how many plays / musicals I got to do this year? 0.
Yeah.
I'm a theater kid. What can I say? Sorry. That
Well,
was
who's really losing here? Me. I didn't get to watch baseball. Movies are irrelevant. They're fake. Brody's about to jump through this computer and be like, Josh, I'm
He's like, all right, I'm not doing the podcast anymore. He's gonna pull a Josh.
All right, I'm
No,
going
you
to
know.
He's going to rage quit and leave.
I mean, baseball nowadays is just as fake as movies, so, you know.
What?
How?
With all
Baseball?
the cheating scandals and PED
Oh,
usage and stuff,
that is
like, come
true.
on. It's
That
just
was
as fake.
one team.
One team.
And they didn't even win.
The Astros?
Are you talking about the Astros in the Nationals last year?
Yeah, you mean
you
Astros for
talking about the
multiple
year
years.
before
The Boston Red Sox were caught. You know,
Who
just
is
now.
it that played the
Robinson
Dodgers in the
Cano
World Series?
just got a PED usage. So like baseball is like the fakest of the main 3 sports right now.
Bye. What'd you say? Who with the Dodgers? What?
The last time the Dodgers played in the World Series, whoever beat them, I don't remember. Also, where like they cheated as well, but the
This one?
Dodgers won this year.
This
No,
World
no,
Series?
not
the
this year.
Astros.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. That was 2 years
And did
ago.
they
I
get
think.
punished? No, they just got a slap on the wrist. So it's like
They still
you know,
have their
Well, the
title and all that.
The second time they all of their coaching staff got fired.
Oh, and yeah, the same with the Boston Red Sox. He got fired for 1 year, and guess who they just re-signed after this joke of a season? They re-signed him back, so it's like they don't care. Everyone got to
Really?
keep their rings. It's like people don't care. Baseball's they need to fix their image because it's kind of a joke. Not gonna
Yeah.
lie. People
And
play baseball, love watching baseball. I get it, but like it's losing to football and basketball badly, and it's sinking is what I'm saying. It's on the decline.
What is y'all's favorite sport and sports team?
For like NFL, I'm a Redskin or Washington fan.
Hey,
You better be careful with that.
we
Yeah.
don't support any racist, derogatory name calling on
Okay,
the
I
stream.
understand. I'm getting better. It's just I got used to it after almost 18 years. But and then MLB, go Dodgers.
You said
So yeah, it's been pretty.
Dodgers?
Yeah. Sorry about it.
Can we kick her out the podcast, please?
Go right ahead. Y'all need me.
Birdie.
Okay, I'll name down all my sports teams. Eagles for football, Fly Eagles Fly. NBA, I'm a Heat fan. Baseball, the Braves fan.
Nationals.
Hockey, I'm a Flyers fan. NASCAR, I used to watch more so, but I kind of like fell off the last 5 years. I was a big Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson fan. I'm big into esports, but you know, nerd as I am, probably don't watch esports, you guys. So
I don't even know what that is.
yes, exactly. So I'm just gonna
Phase
skip
up,
over
phase
that
up.
one.
Gotta phase up. Tell me your favorite
TSM.
esport team.
I don't
No,
watch
phase
any
up.
COD phases and League or stuff. I think they're just COD and other stuff. Yep. Mainly, my main sport I watch is football. Like the other ones I watch kind of when playoffs start. But NFL I watch football every week, except when I'm at work, which is every week. So I don't get to watch the games, but our team sucks this year, so that's a good thing. I don't get to watch their games.
So for me, all my teams are Washington teams. You got the Washington team. Write it down, Casey. You got the Nationals, the Wizards, Capitals. I don't really like hockey, but if I had to say one, it'd be the Capitals.
So all DC
And
teams.
then,
Hey,
yeah.
I'm a Capitals fan too.
But honestly, I'm sure y'all could tell how emotional I got over baseball. Baseball is my number one sport. I love baseball. I watch just about every baseball game that there is.
Why do you have a Mets banner up on your window?
That is my dad's. That's his favorite team. That was my brother's favorite team. This growing up, I was not always a Washington team until me, my brother, and my dad started liking the Nationals. But that was kind of just I liked Adam Jones, which
Right.
he played for Orioles at the time. I don't even know if he still plays.
That's a good question. I went to a few Orioles games. Those in the era of like Nick Markakis, Miguel Tejada, and all of them. They played the Yankees, and I went to a couple baseball games.
I went to a few Red Sox game. I've been to the Red Sox stadium. I've seen the Orioles and Red Sox play. And then I've been to a ton of Nationals games. And I've also been to a Redskin and 49ers game, I think.
Washington.
Oh, shoot, I'm sorry.
You know,
and I just told you to take notes.
I was doing this podcast with some, some people with some darkness in their hearts still.
Look, I'm sorry. I forgot. And you want to know what's funny is I just told Casey to take notes because I said the Washington team first, and I was like, take notes.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
I'm not going to slip. I already purged that name out of my vocabulary.
Fact.
Okay, so yeah, those are some of our, sports backgrounds and who we like. What else?
I have a pressing question.
Yes.
Okay.
If you had the choice, like if you had a time machine, let's say that, would you go forward or backward in time? And then like where would you go?
Um, I would have to go backwards. Um, is this like a one-time travel, or can I like go to a certain point and then go back more, or is it just like
Yeah,
one and done?
like you have a time machine, it's like a one-time use. You can go forward in time, backward in time, and then you come back.
Then I would definitely go backwards. Probably to when my great grandpa, the one that just passed away not too long ago, was younger. Um, I'm for I know I think Brody and Casey know that was like one of my best friends. I told him everything. We were always really close. And he just passed away not too long ago. But I feel like I want to go see him when he was younger and just to kind of see what he was like and kind of see how like we are similar and different, kind of just to compare and see what I can learn from him because he was an awesome man. He never drank, never smoked, never did anything out of what his parents told him. He was always a yes sir, no sir. So he was a great role model, and I'd definitely go to see him and just kind of spend more time with him.
That was really inspiring.
That's such a wholesome story, and it's gonna make mine
Yeah, I don't.
sound so bad.
Brody, you have an answer?
I do, and I can't. It's definitely not a heartstring story. I'll definitely go back in time, but not much. Essentially, it could be a couple years or whatever. Solely for the purpose of I would know the winning lottery numbers, and I can know what to invest in. Essentially, so when I come back in time, I'll be super rich, and that'll make the future super great because the possibilities are endless with investing and getting lottery numbers and stuff like that. So it would make the future's too unpredictable to go into, and you never know. For all we know, the world may not even exist. So you could like fast forward in time, and it could have been hit by an asteroid or aliens invade
Yeah.
or a desert wasteland. So I'd go back
Because
in
then
time.
when you like come back to like the present, you already are gonna know what's gonna happen in the future. So then you have to spend the rest of your life like worrying about that or being
Yeah.
sad.
Right.
I would be sad if I knew like
Right.
what the future
I have
holds. Probably.
a suggestion from chat saying not killing baby Hitler question mark. You know, would the idea of going back in time to stop, someone, let's just use Hitler, or stopping, I don't know, I guess you could like say go back in time a year and like expose the lab or stop the guy from eating the bat if whatever conspiracy with COVID you believe in, but like Hitler, I feel like if we changed Hitler, it'd be very interesting to see or if like Hitler didn't exist. But I'm too selfish, honestly. Like bad things are gonna happen. If it wasn't Hitler, it would probably be someone else, or something else bad could have happened. I mean, who knows? Maybe the Cold War would have been a little differently. Maybe nukes would have went off, and we'd be in a crazy wasteland. So I don't feel like tinkering with time that much because you never know what's going to happen. That whole, it's not the butterfly effect. What's it called? Is it butterfly? No.
Yeah, it's butterfly effect.
Butterfly.
Yeah,
Okay. It's something like that.
Like when you mess with the past, every little thing affects what happens in the future.
I'm not trying to go too crazy with changing the past. I just like, okay, I'm gonna be the one to win that lottery, not Mary Jo from Georgia. So, or I'm gonna like, Amazon's going big. I'm going to go back in 2000 and put all my money in Amazon stock, stuff like that.
Makes sense.
Casey?
I don't know. I feel like I would want to go back in time to like the 70s and just like I don't really know what specifically I would do, but I just kind of want to be there and see what's going down. Listen to some music, maybe go to like a music festival. What didn't like Woodstock happen in the 70s?
Yes.
Maybe I'd go to Woodstock. I don't know, something crazy. And
Do y'all are you done? I don't want to cut you off.
Go ahead. You already started.
Oh.
No. All right. Anyway, since you're not gonna finish, thank you for that lovely story, at Frosty. But anyway, do you remember? I think it was Back to the Future when he went to like 2012. Was it? Did Brody? You're more of the movie
Sorry,
freak.
I'm chatting to chat.
Yeah, he went into the future to
What
2000
movie?
something. Back to the Future.
Back to the Future when he went to like 2012.
Was it 2012? I don't remember, but yeah, with the
It
hoverboard
was
and stuff.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I remember
Oh, correction.
Yes,
Woodstock
it
was
was.
1969.
But
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. That's when my parents were
not
born.
the 70s.
but I remember like I was in class and it was the exact day that it was in Back to the Future. And so I remember in class I was 5th grade. I'm 5th grade, I think, and I was with some weird teacher and he was like, "Let's go watch Back to the Future." And I was like, "What?" And I didn't like the movie at that time, but I just remember watching it and like we compared what they thought it was
Mhm.
and what it actually was, and it was like completely different, like how advanced they thought we were going to be. Like, yes, we are very technology advanced, but not no flying cars. But I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
Do you
In that
guys?
topic,
Oh, go ahead.
what do you think the future holds for us?
It's a good question. I honestly, my dream would be similar like Matrix reality without the killer robots in the real world, and we have to all live underground. But like being in a simulation, I think would be amazing because the possibilities in virtual reality or in a simulation is like endless. Obviously, they'll probably kind of you might get like your body will it depends. You can't just live in the simulation, I guess. Like you have to like exit. Similar, I don't know if you guys have seen Ready Player One.
I was getting ready to say
But it
same
kind of
thing.
seems like the real world in all those scenarios like sucks majorly, and like living in those worlds outside the simulation is awful. So I want to compromise where the simulation world's great, but like outside world is not like a dystopia or anything like that yet. Even though, global warming's a thing, and who knows, honestly, how much longer. I'm not saying that the world's going to end in my lifetime, but who knows, honestly, like, who really knows? I mean, who could have predicted this COVID thing, and like, who could have said like, oh my God, this could have been like a lot deadlier disease and just like wiping everyone out. So, I mean, you really never know. So, hopefully I get to live to old age, but maybe I'll die in a car crash tomorrow or something. I don't know. Maybe an asteroid.
I'm starting to think you know something.
So
Brody,
I use that time machine to come back now, so I can get the lottery numbers.
calm down. It's worth it.
I'm a dark human being, so I've accepted whatever fate happens. Essentially, I just hope it's not excruciatingly painful the way I go out.
See, I'm the exact opposite. I hate death. I hate thinking about it. I hate like I have a panic attack every time that I even think about it. It's terrible. I hate it. And he's over there, yeah, I'm gonna die in a car crash tomorrow, and the world's gonna end in a year, and yeah, you're gonna die, Josh, from a gunshot. And it's just like, you good, bro?
Oh, did I say you're? Oh yeah, Josh is gonna get shot tomorrow.
See, that's what I'm saying. He just said it now.
Stop, y'all.
Okay. No, I mean, honestly,
I've been learning about manifestation, and y'all are starting to put things into the universe.
This time last year, who would have thought there would have been a pandemic, right? And we'd still be like COVID. Like, who could have predicted we'd be in a pandemic in our lifetime? Who? Did y'all?
One of those witches, people that see the future with that little glass ball.
I mean, I don't know if you guys follow on Twitter every time it trends when there's an earthquake, but like, California, the big one, every day that passes by, the percentage of the big one, part two or whatever, rises up. So I would predict in our lifetime, probably within the next 10 to 15 years, there's going to be a massive earthquake that's going to wreck that area of California. And I would put money on it right now, and it's going to be really bad and scary. And I'm smiling because I don't know why, but it's just like the dark humor side of me.
You sound crazy. You sound so
I'm
scary.
telling you, it's going to happen. The percentage is like each time there's an earthquake on the San Andreas fault line, it's going to happen, and it's crazy to think like, oh my god, in the amount of years, California is going to get wrecked by this earthquake. And like,
what about
no one's talking about
Yellowstone?
it. I don't know how crazy that's going to be, but like, it's going to happen.
Yellowstone is supposed to, like, if it erupts, it like would affect most of the United States, like not directly, but like from Virginia, like the dust in the air would like affect the way we
I mean,
breathe and like
how long ago? I think what year was it? There was the earthquake here.
that was that was
It's like, I want to say 5 to 7 years ago, maybe, unless I'm really off on my time. But like,
probably longer than that.
it came through, and there's like that like the nuclear reactor in Surrey had issues and stuff. It's like, you literally never know. And I'm telling you, that earthquake's going to hit California in our lifetime, and it's going to be insane, the amount of damage. And
California
like,
doesn't even want to be a part of the U.S.
Okay, well, we ain't getting into that this episode. 7 years,
Well,
I think. Yeah, Aaron,
is it gonna like is it gonna like break off and like float off into the ocean?
I mean, I don't think in our lifetime, but the way the faults are rubbing, I mean, eventually, yes, California will be its own island essentially.
I thought you just said 7 to 15 years.
That's one earthquake is not going to make California separate from the U.S.
You never know. It could be that.
No, the earthquake's going to happen, I think, in 7 to 15 years, at like the magnitude 9 or whatever, the insane earthquake. But
that's scary, bro. Scary shit.
I don't remember seeing any of those conspiracies. You'd have to link them to me.
What conspiracies?
Doesn't The Simpsons predict like?
I mean, they're
The
scary.
Simpsons protect everything, bro.
They're scary.
Yeah.
But it's 2011 in August. Yeah, so I was like 9 years ago. It was the earthquake here. It could have, affected the nuclear power plant, and if like that messed up the power plant, then that would have been like really bad. So
I remember.
You never know.
I remember when I was a kid, there was an earthquake, and like the whole, I was on my deck, and the whole ground started shaking, and I thought it was me because I was like leaning over on the little table that I had on my what's it called, the deck, and I thought I shook it, and I was like, huh, I'm pretty fat, and oh, guess who's here? I'm sorry that I have to shout out this man. It's Low Key Tuck.
Hey, Collins.
He doesn't follow me, so I ain't
Well,
shouting him out.
he Snapchatted me not too long ago. I guess he thought you could just join this,
Right.
and he was like, "Hey, I want to join like right now." I was like,
I
"Well,
can?
in the future, maybe."
No, he'd be an interesting guest to have for sure.
But anyway, yeah, I just remember it shaking the whole thing, and it was just so scary because like, and then my mom was like, "You need to come inside. You need to come inside." And I was like, "What?" She was like, "There was an earthquake," and I was like, "Really? I thought that was just my fat ass shaking the whole death."
Yeah, when the earthquake happened, I didn't even realize it. I was home. My older brother was like babysitting me, and we were outside. I remember I was in the garage and he was playing basketball, and both of my parents were started like calling us, and they were like, "Are you guys okay? Did you feel that?" And I was like, "Huh?" I had no idea. I don't know why, but yeah, they had to like evacuate the buildings at work and stuff. But I was just sitting in the garage having a good old time. I didn't know.
So this goes back to my vast history of watching movies. So obviously there's a bunch of like disaster movies. Obviously the big one, the 2012, there was like The Day After Tomorrow. There's Geostorm. There's like, what's the Armageddon? You guys ever watch any like disaster movies?
Are they like real things? Like actually real, or is it like what could happen? Like I
There's
know like
like
Final Destination where like the roller coaster goes
that's
flying
like
off the track.
paranormal. Like if you feel like if you cheat death is gonna like still find a way to get you. No, these are like Sharknado. You never know. Like Crawl, for instance, we watched that. That's like I guess that's like semi-disaster movie, but like there was San Andreas. Was an actual that's creepy. San Andreas it starred The Rock and Alexandra Daddario. It came out 2013, 11, around that area. Someone can correct me in chat if they so choose. It came out, and it was actually about an earthquake on San Andreas Fault. And it was massive damage. It caused like the dam to break, and it like essentially flooded the entire city. Multiple like skyscrapers are falling, and that's obviously movie exaggeration, but like the Day After Tomorrow is an interesting one. It's kind of like a new type of storm. It's like a hurricane, but it's like not a hurricane. Comes through New York, or it's actually like the whole like top half of the US. It's like a ice storm essentially, and just like freezes and floods everything. That's like kills massive people. Like, do you ever think of like with global warming getting worse? If you like read statistics of like the amount of like severe storms that grow each year, like there's more hurricanes every year, the severity of like hurricanes and tornadoes are worse every year. It's like we're approaching dangerous territory. Like I'm just waiting for like when's the next Cat 4, when's the next Isabel or something is gonna like rummage the East Coast, obviously Florida and Louisiana, and then they get like wrecked every year. But like I'm just waiting for it. When are we getting our turn again to get destroyed?
Brody, you're starting to manifest things, and it's starting to really scare me. Next year, you're gonna like have predicted everything.
What were y'all doing during that really bad hurricane that we had?
I'll ask your question in a second, Cameron. What was your question, Josh?
What were y'all doing during? There was one. It was probably 2012. Is that when we had?
That was Irene.
I remember I was playing baseball in the rain. I didn't know it was a hurricane. I just remember my parents called me. It was like, hey, you need to come home. There's going to be a bad storm. Can you please come inside? And I was like, hey, I'm with my friends. Why can't I just stay out here? She was like, there's a hurricane. You need to get your ass inside. But I remember I was outside playing baseball, and it told us it was going to be a hurricane. So my mom called me like instantly. Colin said he was going to run for president and fix global warming. Good luck with that.
Okay.
According to scientists, it's already too late, depending on the US. So I'm saying, hopefully, I'm dead before anything crazy happens.
Facts.
Cameron has a question for chat, or from chat. His question is, if Elon Musk was the president of our country, what would our country look like in 15 years?
Who is that?
You don't know who Elon Musk is?
What is it a boy or a girl?
All right, you're trolling.
He's not. I know he's serious.
Who is it?
All right, let's just leave Josh out of the loop, and I'll answer the question.
Nah, you gotta tell me who it is, bro.
I think the country.
Why, Casey, you should just look it up.
Yeah. I think the country would look very futuristic. I mean, he like designed those spacesuits and like a bunch of stuff for like one of the more recent like space missions that they had, and everything looked so sleek and nice instead of like those big chunky astronaut suits. So yeah, I think he would probably just take over the world. I feel like he's powerful enough to do it. So, and everyone would have Teslas. I'd be fine with it.
I think if Elon became president, he would have a bunch of very interesting out of the box ideas, though none of them I think will ever get approved, just based on how government works and how like it doesn't seem to matter who's in charge. Like nothing ever changes, or like it's nothing like that really will break the mold ever gets passed. And I feel like if Elon became president, a lot of his like I agree with Casey, it would be like future tech type stuff. I mean, stuff can be set in motion, but like you only get like 4 to 8 years, and like I don't think we would really see any of his stuff really implement that fast, like change.
I already know
that
he'd be
fast.
trying to redesign the redecorate and redesign the White House though.
Yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
if I did have like one thing from him that I'd want is like definitely like space, like make space more of a future possibility quicker. That'd be my hope.
Would y'all go on? I know like there's been things where they've been trying to get people on Mars. Would you ever? Would you ever
a
go
first
on
settler?
Mars?
I wouldn't be one of the first. But like, let's say it's already like settled, then hell yeah, I'd go to Mars. I can't afford it, but I'd like to go if I could.
Casey, would you
I
go to
watched
Mars?
I would go to Mars because that would be awesome. But what I was gonna say is I was on TikTok the other day, and on TikTok, like random live streams will just like pop up on your feed and you can click on them. And it was NASA live streaming.
Yep.
And they were live streaming from outer space. Like there was an astronaut in there like floating around, and like she had like no helmet on because she wasn't in space. She was in shuttle or whatever you call it.
Do you guys
Yeah,
watch
that
the
was like crazy.
SpaceX launch or anything?
Yeah, I watched it on TikTok.
My little brother called me. There was the spaceship that launched. I think that's what you were talking about.
Yeah.
It was, what was it? A few weeks ago, like a month ago or something.
This happened,
I'm
I
talking
think,
about
last
like
week.
I'm talking
then
about
no,
one
this
like
was
the other night.
no,
wasn't
this
the launch.
was like a month ago. My little brother called me and was like, "Look what we're watching." He showed me some little ball in the sky, and I was like, "What the hell is that?" He was like, "It's a spaceship launching." And I was like, "Cool."
Lexi said she saw it as well. Casey, she knows what you're at.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
she's
see it
on
in the
TikTok.
chat. I have it pulled up.
But yeah, who knows? I mean, I don't think much is going to change in my existence when it comes to more accessibility to space. But who knows? I mean, again, with movie knowledge, they're starting like Tom Cruise is going to space. Obviously, he's crazy and does all his own movie stunts. So like they're starting to, who knows, honestly. But I would love to be able to go to space before I die, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Fuck
No?
that.
Y'all don't want to go to space?
Oh, I
Hell no.
do. I just don't think it'll happen.
I wouldn't go.
Are you okay? Here's an interesting question. Are you guys more, if you had to like choose, like one of these had to happen, go into outer space, with essentially, let's say, go out far enough in space where you don't see the Earth anymore, right? So like you're in space. Let's say the possibility of going to Mars is like true, right? Or the deep sea, we're able to withstand pressure and like go into depths that's like uncharted territory. So would you ever go into the uncharted territory of space or the uncharted territory of the ocean?
I would.
Okay. I would say space, because like that's like revolutionary. Like if you discover something, hopefully you'll be okay and like I wouldn't die. But something about the ocean is so terrifying. And like what if there's a giant sea monster down there and I get eaten? Then I can't share any of my discoveries. So
Who says
I would
you?
go to space.
What if you?
Who says you won't run into aliens?
I think it's
Yeah,
more
but
so
I feel like aliens and I would have something in common. I'd be like, hey,
Beep, boop, blah, blah, boop, boop, blah.
yeah, like I feel like I can make it work. I would learn the language and then translate it, and I would bring one back to Earth with me, I'd be like, "Yo, this is my homie."
I mean, I know there's a statistic. I can Google it, but I don't feel like it. There's the majority of space is still like not space. Obviously, that's majority.
Yeah.
But like the ocean, it's still like unknown to us.
It's
So I
like
think that's
90%
really crazy.
Yeah.
I would also choose space because most likely if anything goes wrong, like if I get sucked out in a vacuum or like go out in space, like I'll die pretty quick. And you know, the idea of coming across life or just different planets, I think is more interesting than coming across giant creepy monsters. And or I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen Meg. I don't know if you have. But also there's this, you know, the horrors. There's obviously a bunch of space horror movies with like not all extraterrestrials are friendly. Like Life.
I
That
feel
was a
like
really bad movie or scary
I
movie.
feel like dying in space is just a beautiful way to die. You know? Like,
Why are y'all talking about dying?
sorry,
why-
I just
It's, you know, it's part of the human experience, Josh. He died.
All right. Well,
See, like I said, it could happen to any of us at any
Fucking
time.
win. Why is it? Oh, I didn't die.
You're lagging really
I
badly.
didn't die.
oh, he's back. He's back. We're good, y'all.
You
Ignore that.
you're,
Ignore that.
you lagged pretty hard, and we thought you died. It's still a little laggy, but I don't know why. But carrying
The
on.
server, I'm fine.
All right. Anyways,
Yeah.
moving on.
So we got 2 for space. 1. I guess Josh, did you answer?
I'm going space.
Okay. Why?
I'm terrified of the sea. I hate water. Hate it. I won't
Lexi
like when
also-
we go to when I
Yeah.
go to the beach. I'm not touching the water. I'll put my ankles in. I'm not going swimming in there.
He's still lagging.
I mean, yeah. The ocean. I've explained this to like people at work and stuff. Like my opinion on the ocean is like I'd rather just swim in a pool if I'm going swimming. But like every year that passes by, the amount of like just like if you think of like the waste, like whether it's fish waste, human waste, like that is disgusting to swim in. That does not get cleaned. As well as I don't like going in stuff I don't know what's under there, and like truth is you really don't know. Not that I'm saying oh I'm gonna die, but like it's just gross, and I don't feel like getting stung by a jellyfish or something if I don't have to. So
Or like when seaweed touches your foot and you're like,
yeah, I mean that's why humans invented swimming pools.
True.
So
So
and
Okay,
have you guys ever done any like zero gravity stuff?
I've been like indoor skydiving, and I've done paragliding.
Right.
If I've done that.
I think that's also like a cool thing of space. Would be 0G. It would get old after a while, you know, if you had to do it like every day, but like it'd be fun the first few days.
Yeah, definitely.
And like the little freeze-dried food that you rehydrate in space, I just find that so cool.
Yeah. Have you had like astronaut ice cream or anything like that?
Mm-hmm.
It's actually like really good.
I've always wanted like dragon's breath. Those little balls that steam because of the what's it called? They put like I think it was liquid nitrogen.
Oh
Right.
yeah, that's what it is. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I want to try that. I always see like people on YouTube. They'll say, "Oh, I got dragon breath," and it'll like come out, and it's super cool. I want to try that.
Yeah, I know. I've always wanted to participate in one of those like, can you survive as an astronaut for 30 days? And you know they put you through like you got the cramped living space and like you're so obviously astronauts have to go through all this training and stuff. But like I think it'd always be really cool to like attempt to try and do one of those like, can you survive living like this? Same thing. I know they did similar stuff for like submarine style stuff. Have you ever been on like submarine and a submarine and stuff? No.
No.
It's fun. It's really cool. This is a Boy Scout story. We this might go a little long, so I don't know how detailed I want to be. But essentially, one of our Boy Scout trips is we stayed on an aircraft carrier, stayed on cots and stuff like that overnight. And this aircraft carrier was supposedly haunted, and this is like what started my fear of mannequins, which we can get into our fears and stuff of another time. I'm terrified of mannequins, partly because of this aircraft carrier, but it's essentially, it's like not in use anymore. It's like a museum at this point. They have like a sub and like a little cruiser and stuff. Like going essentially we like lived on the aircraft carrier for like 5 days, and it was like really cool. And I just find that kind of stuff interesting. But yeah, mannequins.
Did you ever like sleep in boxes or anything like that for Boy Scouts?
Boxes?
Boxes.
Yeah, okay, so I do Girl Scouts. And when I was like a kid, we would go camping, and there would like a few times we would be camping and there would be a Boy Scout troop, like, and one time like they were all sleeping in boxes.
Like literal boxes?
Like cardboard boxes. I thought that was like a normal thing that Boy Scouts did. No.
I was like,
I don't know if it was like experiencing like homelessness and like making your own shelter. I don't really know.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, they were like, there was no tents. They were fully just sleeping in boxes. Like,
man, I wish someone would make me sleep in a box. I'd be like, you can carry your butt in the box.
I mean, I have so many stories about the Boy Scouts and stuff I could tell.
About sleeping in boxes.
No, no one I'm aware of in my troop got, touched inappropriately. I know it's,
yeah, that's like a huge thing.
Personally, I do not know anyone from my troop or anything. So, can't talk about that. And no, but, I look back on my Boy Scout time fondly. It was a bunch of fun trips. There was it's kind of like the National Honor Society of Boy Scouts. It's called Order of the Arrow. And how you get initiated is you get voted on. It's like the majority of your troop does votes every year. It's like 75% you have to get voted to get in it. And there's this camping trip called the Klondike Derby that took place every like February. It's like the winter camporee type thing. And it was like the Saturday night big campfire for all the troops going around, like, hundreds of people, right? And you get selected, and it's also like very scary because like when you get obviously at 18 they're like not out of the Boy Scouts, but you can't progress anymore. You can do like venture scouts and stuff like that, or so it's all like mainly 13, 14, 15 when you get selected for this. And essentially at this big campfire, right, all the kids are like kind of like in a arc around the fire, and you have the adults in the back, and I can actually, if I knew I was going to talk about this, I can get my sash and stuff, but essentially like the adults are behind the back, like pointing around, because I don't know why there's like everything's like Native American themed and stuff, but they're essentially like pointing the sash and arrow behind you, and then like the Native American people come around and like literally like yank you out and just like start walking you into the woods, and they literally like sit you down, or like sit you down, they almost like push you down, and you can't talk or make a noise, or like you're essentially like they'll kick you out and like you have to like go away. So essentially we sat, you can like hear other people coughing that got selected, but it's like every 20 feet or so to place someone, and we literally sat there for like an hour before we got picked up again. But that was like the initiation, and then there's like the actual ordeal trip, and it's like kind of sketchy of like what they make you go through to like actually get into this. But essentially it's another weekend trip. You go in planning it. There's 3 times you can go. There's the spring, summer, and winter. Winter you're allowed to bring a little bit more stuff because it's cold and stuff, but spring and summer is more limited. I think I ended up doing the spring one, but essentially you can bring like a water bottle, like a tarp, and not much else. for these days. I think the Sunday day is like Friday, Saturday, you're super limited. Sunday, you have all your other pack stuff. It's like normal if you got passed. But essentially, that first night, you get there around 5 or 6 o'clock at the place, and you get your dinner for the night. And it was like a hard boiled egg and like the smallest piece of bread. And then you're like,
Ew.
all right, we're going off. And they literally, you just go find a random area and they all like force you to go to sleep. And again, it's like you have like a tarp and it's pretty much it. So again, in the winter, you are allowed to bring a sleeping bag. It's like 20 degrees. But yeah, it's fun. And then the next day, it's like you're just doing like slave labor. Essentially, it was at the place was called Bayport, but it's like a summer camp. And essentially, you're like kind of like if at our amusement park, Josh, think of it as like we're getting all the leaves and stuff, we're putting the umbrellas back up. Essentially, that's what we're doing for the summer camp, where the winter one, you're essentially taking all the stuff down. The spring one, you're essentially putting all the tents and stuff up. You're cleaning the bathrooms. You're like, you can't talk at all during this. They're essentially like derogatory, like calling you names during this whole process, and you can't say anything. But essentially, you're just like they're bitches going around doing stuff. And it's
No
like
thanks.
it's really sketchy when you think about it. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
And then after
what
that,
is
it's like,
it?
hey, it's kind of like hazing, essentially. And then after that, like for breakfast too, like again, you get another hard-boiled egg and like another piece of little bread. I think for lunch you get like half a PB&J sandwich. You don't get fed at all. And then after that day's of work,
What?
if you you know, you still pass and stuff. At like 5, 6 o'clock, you get like invited to the mess hall, the dining hall, whatever, and like you're essentially like, cool, you passed your hazing test, and you get to eat like it's like a full course meals. Like they had like steak and everything. It's like, oh hey, you passed, yay! You did your slave labor for the day. Congratulations, you now are part of the Order of the Arrow. It's pretty crazy, but
That's
I have a lot
really.
of Boy Scout stories.
I have a lot of Girl Scout stories. That too many. Not getting into it.
Yeah.
But hey, we made it to an hour and a half.
Hey, see, that wasn't too bad.
We did.
We're gonna have to. Josh, did you ever do any Boy Scouts or like outside of any clubs or anything like that?
I did chess club 1 year.
Okay, well,
We could
And then
probably do a
baseball.
whole episode about that.
we're gonna have to get a guest one day who's in Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts to go over crazy camping stories and stuff like that.
Oh,
Hey,
so
I
I
can get
can just
Lizzie
sit
on
here
here.
and watch
Lizzie's my
everybody.
friend.
Yes. I assume you never been camping?
I went to like well shoot, what was it? I've been camping, yes. I think it was Cherry Stone or whatever. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Whatever, I didn't. But no, I've been camping before. I
Okay.
do the camping.
Okay. Anyways, as
10-4.
I was saying, we could get Lizzie on here because Lizzie's in the troop, and
Oh, her brothers, yeah. They both.
well, yeah, her brothers are Boy Scouts, and then Lizzie's in my Girl Scout troop, so she knows all the stories.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting one because yeah, they were actually in the same troop and stuff as I was. I think they both got Eagle too, so that'd be interesting.
Oh, like her two oldest brothers, yeah,
Michael and Chris,
yeah.
yeah.
And Christopher.
Wow,
Cool,
use the
cool.
full name.
Sorry,
I didn't know she was
that's
president of
just-
Venture Crew. That's cool. I didn't know that.
I ain't do all that. My parents didn't let me.
Well, I mean, how long have you been playing baseball? Did you been playing baseball like your youth?
2 years old.
So,
As
I
soon
mean-
as I could play baseball, I played.
That takes up a lot of your outside school time.
And I played fall ball too, because there was like a summer league, and then there was like a fall ball where it was kind of just like scrimmages, just to kind of have fun for the kids. And every year I'd always play both seasons.
Oh my god. Okay. I'm reminiscing about my days and all the crazy shenanigans 13-year-old boys did.
Yeah.
One thing I was always like, I wish like Boy Scouts, obviously, the big sellers, we sell popcorn and Girl Scouts sell cookies. So it's like no one ever wants the popcorn, and like it's always like Girl Scout cookies. They're like the thing to buy, and it always made me really upset because I get it. I mean, the popcorn is expensive, and it's like no one ever wanted it, but it's always like it's Girl Scout cookie time.
Yeah. Well, now all the grocery stores have like off-brand Girl Scout cookies. So it's
Right.
like now people are gonna just not even buy Girl Scout cookies because you can get them at Target.
I like how both y'all are getting like butthurt about this.
Well, yeah, I am butthurt. Why would they
Like,
do that?
Brody was about to start having like a
that
little
was like my least favorite
fit
thing
going
was
on.
like because you get your little chart and you gotta get people to sign off for orders because you want to make money because there's goals for the troop, and it's like you go door to door, it's like, hello, my name is Brody from Troop 414, and I want to see if you're interested in buying any of our popcorn. And obviously you have like your parents or whatever will take you. You have your guilty neighbors are like, sure, even though they don't want to, or like, no, I'm sorry, I don't want any. And it's just like, I hated doing it. It was honestly, I hated every part of it. Popcorn
Yeah,
wasn't even
that
that
was the
great, by
worst.
the way. Don't buy Boy
Yeah.
Scout popcorn. It's overpriced. Just go buy it at the store. The cheese
Wow.
popcorn was
As
good
a-
though. I'm not gonna lie. The cheese popcorn was good. Every other
Wow.
popcorn's pretty just average popcorn for like $30, $20. Just like why?
As a Girl Scout, I
$30?
never bought any Boy Scout popcorn.
Well, you'd get like a 10 and there'd be like multiple
It's like a
bags of
big
it.
bucket,
But
right?
like, yeah. It's not like one pack, but not worth it.
Girl Scout cookies are those Thin Mints.
Samoa's, Thin Mints, like they're all so much better than popcorn.
Yeah, why popcorn? Why not like brownies or something?
Facts. Y'all should have made like brownies.
Well,
You could even put like cosmic brownies in there.
Well, that's not how it works.
well, I know.
There's like a whole like
I mean,
council.
I do
stuff.
know. Obviously, there's the big scandal going on, ongoing. It's like it's always been like the joke, or like not. I guess not joke, but like the kids getting touched and stuff inappropriately. But I do know also like there's also the other hot button topic about girls joining Boy Scouts and stuff like that. And I kind of like wish in my era there was integration, because I mean, besides I guess you don't want them like obviously in the same tent together, but like I think it's fine. It almost just feels like outside. It just feels like another school, because I mean you do camping. It's not like you like do stuff like start fires and like play with knives and carve stuff and like do weird like stuff like that. It's nothing like girls can't do. Like I don't know what Girl Scouts necessarily did, but Boy Scouts, I mean,
they learned to cook.
Was a little bit different.
And play with fire and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm so weak. So what did y'all do in Girl Scouts?
Well, my troop, we didn't really follow all the rules, I'm gonna be honest. When we were like really little, we did the whole like earning patches for your vest and all of
What were they
that.
called?
And then what was what called?
Well, for Boy Scouts, we have like a similar stash that are called merit badges. It's like you have a for instance, like a rifle shooting or a shotgun shooting or archery or stuff like that, but they're called merit badges.
Yeah, so we just called them patches. I
Okay.
don't know if they have a fancier name. Like I said, my troop did not follow all the rules. We just kind of went camping and did our thing. We still did like community service and stuff like that. Like
what is this man doing?
I think he's going to get his Boy Scout stuff.
Just see this man laying in bed.
Like, no, I thought it was under my bed in a bucket, but I don't know where it is. So yeah, I can't show and tell, but I was going to show and tell my merit badges off.
I have my Girl Scout thing somewhere, but I don't know where it's at.
Let me guess, you're going to go look under your bed too?
No, it's in my closet somewhere.
Oh. Well,
Yeah, we didn't really follow all the Girl Scout rules. There
Right.
were like some other troops in our school that like did like all the patches and all the stuff you're supposed to do. We did
Mhm.
the minimum requirement and then had fun.
Right.
So we did enough to stay a Girl Scout troop and be qualified, but we just hung out and had fun.
do you get anything from being in the Boys and Girl Scouts? Like, is there
You
any
can like
benefit?
you get into colleges, get scholarships, lots of stuff.
Yeah, I don't know what the Girl Scout like the top rank is, but Boy Scouts it's the Eagle Scout, and it's essentially when you get super on in life. It's not like a great thing accomplishment, but like getting starting out jobs or college applications, it's really like good to put on your college application or whatever. But
Is that what you did for Go Karts Plus? You put you're an
Yeah.
Eagle Scout.
I did. Okay, because that's an accomplishment that you would put on an application. But yeah, it's just a prestigious award. But like as time goes on, I think that the prestiginess of that kind of stuff has dwindled. But yeah, that's about it. I mean, and you mean life experience. You learn how to tie knots, and that kind of
I learned to
knowledge.
tie my shoe.
Like camping, basic survival stuff. You can learn. So I mean, you gain like that kind of knowledge as well. Yeah, and memories,
Yeah,
fond
see,
memories.
I always remembered like the Boy Scouts would come to my school and do like a whole presentation, and I remember every year I'd go ask my parents, "Hey, can I join the Boy Scouts?" And they're like, "Nope." I was like, "Okay."
There was also a thing called Pinewood Derby, which was always fun. It's like you build slot cars essentially. You get like a kit and you have to build a car, and it's like the same track, and it's like whoever can make the fastest car. That was always really cool. I think that was more Cub Scout type stuff, which is like little Boy Scouts essentially. I don't know. There's just a bunch of fun stuff. I mean, also really just depends how engaged, how many people are in your troop, how engaged everyone is, how interactive everyone is. Like if you have cool parents or like adult leaders that plan fun stuff, and it's going to be fun. I say my later years, like the new batch of kids, it might be just like how every like the 16 17-year-olds feel like when the new ones come in, they're just like immature little kids and they're like really annoying. So like my later years is like it got like annoying, but I overall had a really good time. What's knot tying even useful for? Aaron asked. That's a silly question. Knots are very important.
Yeah, you gotta learn how to tie your shoes. It's
a very easy thing to do. Yeah.
Hashtag SpongeBob, my dude. That's how I learned
I
to
have
tie
that
my
downloaded.
shoes. I believe it.
Yeah, what is it? Well, I know he's being facetious. He rock climbs, okay? I know he knows how to tie knots.
I know how to tie fishing knots. Like when I go fishing, I know how to tie those knots on the hook.
Oh, that's something I hate doing. Fishing. I hate fishing. You guys, obviously Josh goes fishing. Do you ever been fishing, Casey?
I when I was a kid, yeah. Not so much anymore. Cause I like fishing, like it's fun, it's exciting and all, but the moment I catch a fish, I'm gonna cry and feel really, really, really bad. So I don't really do that anymore. But
Do you
when I
like
was a kid,
hunting, Birdie?
No. I don't like fishing or hunting. Now I'm not one of those persons like, oh my god, how could you kill that deer? Like
Casey.
but it's like
I say that as my dad goes out and hunts.
It's more so like I don't feel like sitting in a tree stand or sitting in the woods for 8 to 10 hours during the day and freezing my butt off when I could be here playing a
video
game,
games.
or like going out and going to see a movie. Like it's not for me.
Here we go with this fucking movie again, bro. You're not seeing any more movies.
Fishing too. It's like the few times I went fishing, I always get really bad sunburned. It's just like, I mean, it's fun when you have people you enjoy doing it with, but it's like also I hate getting fish off the hook, like sticking your fingers
Why?
inside the gills and stuff. I mean, you can do it
You
You
other
don't have to
ways.
do that.
I know you don't have to do it, but like that's like initially I was told to do. It's like I no, thank you. I mean, eventually, yeah, you can grab a rag and like unhook it and stuff like that, or other ways. But like,
What do you just put a rag on and you think it's gonna plop off? You just put a
no,
rag over the fish and say, work that
no, I
hook out,
grab
bro.
it, but with a rag, so I don't have to touch the fish. But the one time I remember went, it's
Yeah.
also like I have a fear of sharks, is because obviously they weren't big sharks because we didn't, it was like we were on a boat, but like not deep sea fishing or anything like that. I'll never do that because if I can't see land, no, thank you. There's just like it was like the time of day, I guess, and there's like a bunch of sharks and like started eating the fish off our lines. It's like, nope, I'm done. Not for me.
One time
been
when I
deep
was a
sea fishing.
kid. Oh, sorry.
Go for
One
it.
time when I was a kid, we were on vacation, actually with Abby and Savannah, and like our parents and stuff. But my dad and their dad, they were fishing, and they had like, I don't know what you call it, but it's like a little cage with minnows in it, and you drop it in the water, and then the fish come up to it, and then I don't know. But there was a bunch of minnows in a cage awaiting their death, and I was like 12, I think, 13, and I felt really bad. So when everyone went inside, I went outside and I took the cage out and I released all the minnows into the water that they paid for or caught, I don't know. And I got yelled at because they were trying to catch fish for dinner. Ew. So yeah, that kind of explains my relationship with fishing. I'm not good with that.
Nah, I've been deep sea fishing. That's honestly really fun. If you get a chance, you should definitely do it.
I get
fished off of-
seasickness pretty easily, so not for me.
Yeah. I've been fishing on the dock. That's pretty fun. But no, my favorite fishing story is when I went deep sea fishing. That was honestly the best time. Fishing and hunting is awesome. I'm just gonna say that now. And if anyone thinks differently, fight me for it.
No, my dad
All right, little country boy.
hunts and fishes all the time. It's just it didn't pass on to me.
Tell him to hit me up.
Okay, I'll do that.
I'll go hang out with Mr. Broku. Daddy Broku.
There you go. Still one and the same.
Well, I kind of feel like this is maybe a good place to kind of conclude everything. We came to almost 2 hours. We're 10 minutes out, but
Yeah, so to all y'all still watching, again, appreciate you sticking with us. Again, this is our debut episode. It's kind of just, test the waters, make sure everything runs smoothly, kind of like a get to know the host podcast. Future episodes, again, we plan on streaming every Wednesday night at 9 o'clock. Again, the three of us will most likely be on every future episode, or maybe again 1 or 2 times someone is unable to make it. But we do plan on having a rotating wheel of guests coming in week by week now. But again, the three of us will be on every episode, and we'll have a more planned out like main topic for each episode. This is kind of like, hey, these are our likes.
Here we are.
Some of our personal stories, but again, future episodes we'll get into more in-depth topics with a theme in mind for each guest that we bring on. So it should be a good time.
I just want to say thank both of y'all for joining. I had a blast. I would like to thank both of y'all for joining. It was honestly my pleasure of being the best host in the world. Yes, I'm the host. The host. Y'all are just the co-host. I'm the host. I run this place.
Josh, you're at the bottom of the pyramid. It goes Brody, me, Josh.
Yeah, work on, getting through a lag-free podcast before you announce yourself the host. Just
Wants to
watch
call
the
himself
VOD.
Wants to call himself a streamer, but can't get through
Yeah.
a podcast.
Look,
that,
man. Look, man.
Tell your
Stop.
siblings to stop watching Netflix or
Stop.
something.
Can y'all stop being assholes? Be
No.
nice. I was being nice the whole stream. The whole thing. And y'all are going to be mean to me at the end.
You just self-proclaim yourself the best host.
Yeah, what? You're suddenly the
Thanks,
victim after you just threw us under, like.
But yeah. Do you guys have anything else you guys want to say?
If they have any recommendations that would make our podcast better,
Sure,
I'm
I
always
mean-
open.
We got 10 minutes, so we hit the 2-hour mark. We can, talk to you guys a little bit. Future topic ideas you guys want to hear, else to talk about. If you want to be a guest eventually, let us know.
Also, give our podcast some shout outs, tell your
Yeah.
friends.
Leave a follow
Yeah.
on
I
either.
believe the plan is, I think Casey, you said, well, I guess you're gonna try and get us on the Spotify or whatever.
I'm gonna
and download
try.
it,
I'm gonna try.
get it approved. Yeah, spread the word. We're open to suggestions, ideas, anything of the sort. But no major technical. I mean, again, you guys
Well-
weren't here for the 30-minute before, but some technical difficulties then. But mainly pretty clean. So that's exciting. No crazy crashes or anything. No audio problems as far as I'm aware, so that's also good.
Yep.
All right, I guess that's it.
That is
We did
everybody.
it.
Thank you for joining. If you're on my channel, go ahead and go to Broku's channel. Give him a follow.
How many
Good
how
night.
many viewers you rocking right now?
5, and I'm just gonna say that's the time that you shout me out and you get them to come follow me as well. I'm not gonna push it on you, but I'm just saying.
Well, thank you for watching, guys. Again, appreciate it. Make sure you do. I know Casey does not have a stream, but make sure if you like the content here tonight, be sure to follow. Turn notifications on. You can follow me at Broku_. I play a bunch of variety games on my off days, a lot of League of Legends, with Shaquille O'Peel, who's in the chat. I'll be, with some other friends as well, Crazy Still, and I also play a bunch of games, Dead by Daylight, Golf with Friends, Call of Duty, stuff like that. And when I'm not live, be sure to also check out Crazy Still down below here. He plays similar games, Call of Duty, Dead by Daylight with me. He also plays Fortnite with some of his crazy clan. We also do movie watch-alongs, watch parties, which are pretty cool. Christmas time is coming up, so we'll
Yes,
probably
sir.
do some good Christmas movie watch-alongs, which will be pretty fun as well. But the main important thing is every Wednesday night, 9 o'clock, come back to this podcast because we'll be live with a fourth person. Who's going to be on? Who knows? But it'll be a different person every week for the few weeks. Eventually,
Also, don't forget to check out their merch stores.
yes, I've been having a bot, and there's also in the description below. Josh, I believe, also has a description below, maybe, of his channel. If
Yeah,
not,
Bob.
a link, and it comes up in his chat. Streamlabs.com/Broku_merch or streamlabs.com/crazystill_merch.
I believe it's merch.streamlabs.com.
Well, not for me, so I don't know.
There,
But
it's in my
anyways,
chat. so if
Christmas is
anyone
coming
wants
up. Get some cool stuff. Clothes, stickers, tumblers, pillows, notebooks, bunch of other stuff. COVID face mask.
it. Of course.
Rock out your favorite streamers merch is all I'm gonna say. So
Yep.
from all of us to you guys, thanks for watching and have a good night. See y'all next week.
Bye, guys. Bye.